We're off to the White Isle for part 4 of the Legend of Spyro the Eternal Night console version boss guide. Alright, here I'm going to be dealing with the elemental trials within the Celestial Temple and countering all the 4 spirits within there, as well as moving on to the elemental dragon right at the end. It can't get any simpler than that, really, ever since the Celestial Temple itself is really structured in this sort of fashion. But never mind that, let's move ahead! This is going to be your central hub right here. I think I'd rather be consistent with all this and tackle everything in a clockwise direction. This means we're going to tackle with the fire element first. Fire spirits, here we come! Believe it or not, even if you're underprepared, then I'm sure there'll be a way to end up overcoming the fire spirits in a very timely fashion. The best way to do it is to use your primary breath to destroy the shield. That's just a standard flame. And then use your melees or secondary attack, which in this case is the Comet Dash, to end up inflicting damage. I tend to end up preferring to do this under the influence of Dragon Time, so that I'll be able to time my attacks a bit more. Or maybe I might have got it from Beautiful Joe and thinking that being in Dragon Time means inflicting more damage, but it's probably just me. See what I mean? I only had a level 1 fire breath. That means I only upgraded it like once throughout the entire game so far. And ended up beating him in less than a minute due to this. What do you think of that? It's not going to be clean sailing from there on out though. It's 1 spirit down. And we've got 3 more to go. And I think 2 of which end up having a bit of a difficult focus concerning their shields and whatnot. So here we go. Let me demonstrate it now by applying the exact same strategy on the fire spirit that I did here. Well, what a surprise. The polar bomb isn't quite as durative, is that even a word? As the fire stream is, so this means you're going to have to find a different strategy. Let me repeat it again for those who completely missed it altogether. Your polar bombs are not going to break the shield, so yes, you're going to have to do something else. I tend to end up going either underneath his club or around the back of him in Dragon Time to end up inflicting damage with air melees and secondary attacks this way. In this case, we're dealing with the ice sword here. It's going to be a rinse and repeat method from here on out. Make sure you don't get too close to him, otherwise you could end up getting a club clobbering if you end up coincidentally being at the wrong place at the wrong time. But still, if you end up managing your way to get round to the back and using your abilities and whatnot to end up inflicting damage, then that's all you pretty much need to make sure that you get through this fight. Another thing I should probably mention is that you shouldn't attack too much at this rate. And I'm saying this because if you end up in the line of fire in the middle of a string of attacks, then this happens. We've got 1 last bit of health to go, but not much concerning the breath. I tell you what though, even if there's only 1 green gem in the entire arena, it tends to respawn itself every minute or so, which somehow makes the fights a little bit easier in the long run, depending on the gamer. Don't mind me having to retaliate to the ground melees and polar bombs here. You just had a little bit of health left. And so the ice spirit is down. It goes to show that the standard fire spirit strategy won't apply there. But still, that's one of the more complex ones out of the way. Time to move on to the next pair. And this makes us halfway through the Celestial Temples. Oh yes? Oh yes. The Electric Spirit is a similar story. Your primary attacks are unable to cripple his shield, so this means that you may need to react to the same ice spirit strategy here once you end up doing much. For some reason I end up finding the primary bombs to be a good way to get underneath his armor and whittle down a bit of his strength that way. So at least there's a little bit of a benefit there. I tend to try not to use the carrot top move that the electric breath often brings here, due to its speed that you'll need to control and the electric spirit's overall movement. But if you end up being able to inflict damage your own little way, whether it be carrot top or not, then that's pretty much all you need to be able to get through this. And at least this time it's a little bit easier to be able to get into a good string of combos without having to worry about the electric spirit hitting you. So that makes things a plus. Our third spirit is down for the count. At this point I had a level 2 electric breath here, so that makes things a little bit more thoughtful this way. I would suggest trying to pipe in as much energy as you can, because you never know when you would need it, especially around the Malifaux stages. One temple left, folks! If you're like me and have fully upgraded your earth power by now, then you should find this Spider Breeze. The same strategy for the fire spirit applies here. If you've got good control of the earth flail, you can easily cripple his shield and inflict strong damage before you could even pick it up. And if you end up following that really well, you could find that you could overcome the earth spirit without needing dragon time in less than 20 seconds! Oh my god. And so with 4 temples completely down, it's time we headed over to the next phase of the stage. I bet by now you'd be glad all this is over.
Wait, don't do it! You can't leave me behind in the wacky moon temple with all the whispering walls and the crawly thingies. They want to make me part of their freak show.
Similarity game time again. Yep. This is the elemental dragon, and somehow it looks a lot like Cinder's adult form as you saw in A New Beginning. A weird thing about this creature is that it can change colour a lot, so this means that when it's red, use your fire moves, when it's blue, use ice, when it's yellow, use electric, and when it's green, you end up resorting to earth. I would suggest using your secondary moves if possible, because they will end up being key to all this when it comes to inflicting damage. There are also 3 gem clusters in which you can replenish your health and magic energy, but make sure you use dragon time to go to them though, otherwise she'll give chase and knock you down just like that. Even worse, she could end up tipping you off the platform for all we care. Ouch. Or you could be like me and wait for the opportune moment to strike with my most powerful breaths at this point. Somehow it makes it easier to end up trying to attack and evade right at the same time, if you can manage it correctly. See what I mean? On that focus alone, the elemental dragon was cleared in less than 30 seconds at that point. Okay, so I had a few deaths to try and demonstrate the other breaths, but never mind that. Don't judge. Your reward is a date with the Chronicler, who tells you a lot about Spyro's history, Cinder's destiny, the fact that the Dark Master was a purple dragon, and how he created the Well of Souls and wants to escape from it once and for all. Ooh, creepy.
Am I supposed to sit here and do nothing while she joins them?
Let me field this one. Yes!
No. You keep talking about choosing a path. But what about Cinder? She was never given a choice. I have to try. I'm going, and you can't stop me.
Then, I won't. Young dragon, I've waited far too long to watch you leave here stricken with grief and doubt. You'll need a clear mind and a pure heart if you are to withstand the evil that consumes that place.
I know this is not the path you would choose for me. but I have to walk my own path and do what I know is right.
So be it, Spyro. I will show you the way, but you must hurry. The dark hour of the eclipse is near, and haste will be your only ally.
Alright then. Well, just so I know why I died. The plan is to wander into the land of darkness to face an army of evil creatures that will want to kill us, so we can try to rescue another evil creature that has already tried to kill us? I'm pumped! Let's do this.
Let me be blunt here. Exactly why does the Chronicler have a route to the Mountain of Malifaux right underneath that giant hourglass? Never mind that, we're going to head over to Malifaux for part 5 of the boss guide, where we'll be countering the assassin once again and Gaul himself. I'll see you there!